Good morning. Day 80 is underway, and it's starting off slow. I made this morning a coffee morning where I just woke up. I kind of took it easy and drank a lot of coffee. Yesterday, I did 121 miles total. It took me 2 rides to do it. I rode 44, then 44 that morning, and then I rode 77 that afternoon, and I feel great. It was nice to end the week strong because last week I rode 395 miles and I was only 5 short of pardon me. Last week I rode 495 miles. I was 5 miles short of a 500 week, which is crazy good. Pardon me. But this week, it was bad. It was bad. It was a bad week. But anyway, stuck with it, took what I had to take, accepted what I couldn't change, and I finished the week with like 404 miles maybe. So I was only, I only fell short by less than 100 miles of hitting 500. Even though that's not my goal, I kind of like how it felt getting close to 500. But I am going to have a 500 mile week. But day 80 is going good. And morning, it's amazing how when you're involved with something physical, how your mentality changes. Like some of you may be thinking 500 miles in 1 week, that's crazy. And it is. It is. But when you're on the other end of doing the work, it's all about staying engaged with what you're doing. And so that's why your goals have to be realistic. They have to be attainable and realistic. But also, when you start pushing yourself, that's where you grow and develop. So I'm going to hit my minimum goal today of 20 miles. I'm going to do everything in my power of hitting my minimum mandatory requirement of 20 miles today. I'm going to do that. That's done. Well, mentally it's done. I just physically have to do it. Now, from the standpoint of my personal goal is 40 miles a day. And that's why I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning so that I could get 40 miles or more in a day's time and it not impact me or my family. So I basically ride while my family is sleeping. Pardon me. And so yesterday was like the exception to that. How y'all doing? Good morning. All right. Yesterday was the exception to that because I did ride kind of late in the evening, but it was only because I made my mind up. I was doing a grand total for the day of 100 miles because I had a good morning. So now whatever I ride in the afternoon is just going to bump me closer to, that good morning. Now I will say this, when I did 112 miles, that took me 10 hours and 20 minutes. And when I did 117 miles, that took me I think 9 hours. And I should have did it in 7, but it took 9. So I'll take that. Morning, how's it going? So now, I realized yesterday I wasn't going to be able to do 100 straight. So I just took what I could. I did 40 that morning, 40 plus, and I did 70 plus that evening. And that put me at 121. And I'm satisfied with that. But I was really contemplating just doing 150, maybe 160, because I was so close to it. And that's something how the mind works. When you're when you're in striking distance of a personal record or your best effort, the mentality changes, and now you're thinking, what do I have to do to beat what I did the last time? And what that does is it helps you to compete against yourself. And it also helps you to stay engaged so that your workout or whatever you're doing doesn't become perfunctory, or it doesn't become stale. It keeps you locked in. Let me just show you the shot of the city. It's beautiful today. Last week we had a lot of fog, and this weather this week has been picturesque. It's beautiful. So, with that being said, it keeps you focused and locked in and engaged, because that's where you grow. You grow when you say, hey, you know what? I did my mandatory minimum. I did that. But I'm feeling good. So let me do 10 more minutes. Let me do one more lap. Let me do, because that's where you grow. And that's where you see the results from a cumulative of that. And so that's what I wanted to show you this morning. When you hit your mandatory minimum and then you exceed that, that's where you start to see the results. So your mandatory minimum is good to keep you going, but your mandatory minimum is not going to give you the results that you have in your head. And I told you this story before. I know somebody who did Zumba for 8 months and they didn't lose 1 pound. 1 pound. And now that I'm a little older, I realize that, well, Zumba was great. But the mental picture that they had in their head, Zumba wasn't going to give them that. Zumba was just going to give them the cardio that they needed, but they needed to add something else to that. Like maybe doing a little weightlifting, maybe doing a little bit of a different cardio, chasing it after Zumba. You know, chasing Zumba with some different cardio. You know, so your body type is different, everybody's different, but it all works the same when you unlock a different level of activity to what you're already doing. And so that's why I'll have moments where I'll push myself past my daily minimum mandatory requirement. You know, I'm going to push past that because that's child's play. But it needs to be that, because what that's going to do is I'm going to constantly acquire my goal. And when I'm feeling strong, I can supersede that, which is going to help me to unlock more. Now, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a fitness instructor. I'm not a coach. I'm none of those things. All I am is a 43-year-old bum. And I'm in love with my bicycle. I'm addicted to doing this. And one day I'm gonna do this for 24 hours straight. You know, I'm just trying to figure out the logistics. So even in my head, I'm mentally planning to do other things instead of just my normal thing that I'm doing. And so with your workout, you could dread your workout, you could dread your fitness journey, or you could become best friends with it. And when you become best friends with it, that's the difference. One of the guys who gets argued about the most for being one of the greatest basketball players, he said that he got up at 4 o'clock every morning. And he trained harder, he trained more, because when you get up early, you're getting up for a reason. Nobody is waking up at 4 o'clock to just lollygag. No, you getting up early like that to put it in. But when you get in that mentality of putting it in, there's going to be drawbacks. I'm going to tell you that right now. Some people that you cool with, some people that you love, they're going to look at you different and not always in a good view. They're going to think you're obsessed. But when I was eating donuts for the last 43 years, which one of my friends was like, hold on, fam. You got to stop. Hold on, loved one. You got to stop. You know, like who was trying to help me then? So that's why you got to stay locked in mentally, you know, because other people won't understand you. So don't look for them for validation. You'll lose weight. And you know what they'll say? I like you better heavy. Oh, you too skinny. Girl, you too skinny. Man, what you trying to do? You trying to dry up? You want people to think you sick? That's what people say. Don't pay attention to none of that. Don't pay attention to none of that. I tell everybody, I've never been 212 pounds as an adult. Never. I don't even know who this guy is. And you know what? I'm going to get to know him. So your fitness journey is your journey. I'm not doing this for fitness, though. I told y'all that. I'm doing this to prove to myself and to prove to my brother-in-law, who inspired me because of what he did for fitness' sake. My brother-in-law, he had to be over 300 pounds. And he was a muscle man, bodybuilder, right? And he closed out his rings every day for 1 year. 365 consecutive days. And he's got the body to prove it. Too hot for TV, you know? And so he did that for his health, for his family. You know, he sells life insurance. And you know what? What better life insurance do you have than to make better decisions with what you eat and what you do cardiovascularly? And some of us, some cultures are just predisposed to certain things. But you don't have to give up. It's not hopeless. You can do something. But my brother-in-law inspired me to do something. And then, you know, it just took over, you know? It just took over. And I'm a better man for it. Regardless of what people say, think, and desire for me, I'm a better man for it. Now look, I could fall out dead right now with a heart attack. I'm not worrying about that. I'm not worrying about that. All I'm worried about is improving where I can. And my improvement may be different from your improvement. But the proof is in the pudding. And I wish, I'm gonna find some before pictures, and I'm gonna find the time to take that same picture in the same clothes. And I'll show you the after picture. You know, and I'll show you how many miles I rode, how many hours I rode, and I'll let you decide. You know, but like I said in the video yesterday, some of us have to stop lying. We have to stop lying to ourselves. We have to stop lying to our loved ones. We have to stop lying to our friends. We have to stop lying to our coworkers. But most importantly, we have to stop living a lie. Because if you don't say, I'm gonna lose weight, man, you think about how much happier you'll be by removing that off of your head. Because it's over your head. Pardon me. They have people who put so much pressure on themselves to lose weight, and they don't even know what they're doing. I'm one of them. But think about how much better you'll feel if you don't tell everybody, I'm gonna lose weight. And you just lose weight by applying yourself in a certain way. That's even better. You ain't gotta say what you're gonna do, just do it. And that's why I told you yesterday in that video, follow me on Strava. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna comment after every workout you do. And I'm gonna encourage you. I can't ride the bike with you. I can't row the kayak with you. I can't run through the mountains of Arizona with you, but I could congratulate you on it every workout you do. I don't get paid for this. I don't get paid for this. I ride on average 40 hours a week, on average. Sometimes, well, a lot of times it's a little bit more than that. 40 hours a week. November had me down for 113 hours that month riding. And you know what? I feel better because of it. So despite the criticism I get, or despite the opinions I get, the advice I get, I feel better for it. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Now, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it. Because it's light enough outside to do this. So bear with me. This right here is my favorite shot of the twins. And you get to see my baby right there. My old vintage 10-speed road bike from Schwinn. I think it's like a Continental. It's got the chrome forks. And my saddle is one of them old retro all leather saddles. You know what I mean? I do have a hole in it. I need to get that fixed. I don't know how to fix it, but I need to get it fixed. My bars are wrapped yellow. That's my color for this bike. Because I'm not going to lie, man. I'm not going to lie. When I first got this bike, there was like at Boca, I got it from Boca, my bike shop. They said, what color you want your bars wrapped? And when I saw the black and I saw the gold, the first thing I thought of was Rocky, man. I don't know if Rocky had a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or what. I don't remember. But I thought of Rocky, man. So Sylvester, Sly, Rocky, if you're looking at this dude, I'm telling you right now, bro. I thought of your movie, bro. And I said, do him yellow. And then I regretted it. But when I saw it, when they rolled it from the back, I was in love. And that's why these bars, that's why these horns gonna always be yellow. This symbolizes Modelo. How Modelo said, you're a fighter. This symbolizes, this is a message to my brain. Maybe you can't see it, I don't know. This is a message to my brain. When I ride, how Mr. Goggins say, stay hard. This is a message to my brain. When I feel like quitting, keep going. So it's more than a color. It's a message. It's a billboard. It's an advertisement. It's a reminder. It's a reminder for me. All I do is I look at this and I instantly get energy. I instantly get in the zone. Because that's what this is here for. It's here to remind me of what I'm trying to do for me and for my family and for my friends and for my community. And I love it. I love it. So the colors do matter to some of us. But I know it mattered to me. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing to the level that I'm doing it. That's why I'm doing it. Because I'm setting myself up for success, not for failure. And I want you to know you can do it too. You can do it too. You can do it. If that's what you want to do, you can do it. How they said, where there is a will, there's a way. And that's true. There is a way if you got the will. You can will the way. Now see, I'm talking to y'all, and I needed to either crank hard or downshift. But this is supposed to be an easy ride. I'm supposed to just cruise this ride. One of my friends was telling me that Some of my rides should be just a cruise. And I feel that. And I feel like because of the equipment I'm on, that's all I do is cruise. You know, every now and then, I'll clock some serious MPH. But for the most part, you know, I average around 10, 11 or 12 mile an hour cruising. You know, now I have bursts where it's 23 or 30 mile an hour. But for the most part, I'm cruising, you know. That's how I feel anyhow. I don't feel like I crank enough, actually. But I'm taking that advice, and I'm a cruise, you know. But the goal today is 60 miles. And so I'm going to try to put it in and put it on. You know, come home, protein shake, eat some eggs, eat some protein. Monopoly Monday, you know. Sister wanted me to cook her some red beans, so I'm going to try to work on that. But I might do some rojo frijoles. I got to just see how the day going to go. Supposed to be taking care of some other business too, but we'll see how it go, you know. Everything got to align the right way. So it's going to be a full day of activity today. But in reality, I want 60, but I might just end up with 40. You know, family responsibilities. And I say family responsibility, but that's not a bad thing. I'm a family man. I've been married 23 years. My daughter's 20. My wife, 45, I think. Got an old woman, you heard me? That's just what it is. But it's a beautiful morning in the city. And now that I started riding late in the morning instead of 4:30, I feel like a failure because I didn't start at 4:30. So it may not seem like it, but mentally I'm fighting that. And that's the one thing that'll always hurt you. I told you in a video in the past, you cannot have this all or nothing mentality. I have to own the decision I made not to ride at 4:30 in the morning. I have to own that. And I have to dismiss it out of my brain because guess where I'm at? I'm riding right now. I'm riding right now. Whatever I lost was an investment because right now I'm riding. So I invested more time in a coffee cup so that I could ride now. So don't get in your mind with all of that stuff because it's not productive or healthy. And that's why I'm trying to share that with you. So I'm going to end this video when I hit the Algiers point because this is actually longer than I wanted to record. But I had a few things to say. And you know you like me wasting your time. You know that. But it's beautiful. It's cold too. I ain't gonna lie. It's cold this morning. My fingertips are starting to freeze a little bit. But if I'd have rode at 4:30, they would already be frozen. So I am thankful for that. The sun ain't up yet, but it'll be up in probably 30 minutes or so. And I'm looking forward to that. It's just something about that sun warming you up. You know, morning. Something about that sun warming you up that feels just so good, so refreshing. Morning. Oh man. Morning. Whew. All right, let me show you the shot of the city right quick, because this is some beautiful weather. It ain't much of a shot because I'm not stopping. Can't get cold. All right, so Marty, get the flux capacitor. All right, that's it. I played enough. I wasted enough of your time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting me. Thanks for the comments. I'm I'm gonna post a video today about slowpoke. He's been running excellent. He's been running excellent. So I'm gonna post a video about slowpoke. So just stay tuned, all right?